actually the mizmar is a mixture of the horn and the flute, which is the oriental flute, the nai or the blowpipe. So we have the holes of the nai, and the same also the mouthpiece, and then it opens up in the shape of a horn. The difference though also in the mizmar from the nai is that also there is a tiny whistle made out of reed placed in the mouthpiece, so that the musician would blow the horn or the mizmar through it. Also, I'd like to add something about the nai, that I've spoken about the single nai or one reed nai. There are also a double reed or a double nai as well. As for the bagpipe, the oldest type of bagpipe was discovered in a Hittite archaeological site dating back to 1000 BC. But from there it spread to Rome, and from Rome to the Anglos and Saxons, and then to the Scots and the British, who introduced it to the rest of the world. Now it's time for the science page. It's time to meet with Dr. Yusuf Fawzi, Professor of Animal Pathology, who will talk to us about reproduction in animals. Welcome, Doctor. Well, I'd like to ask you about abortion in animals. What are the causes of abortion in animals?
Abortion is considered a very big problem to the farm, not only in Egypt, but all over the country. In many countries, abortion caused by many different causes, like infectious, like brucella, chlamydia, and many other fungus that like aspergillus, and yeast like Candida albicans, maybe other protozoa like toxoplasma, and nearly about 50% of the causes is still unknown. Also, abortion may be caused due to deficiency of selenium, vitamin E, especially in small sheep and goat.
So I'd like to ask you about the meat we eat, and especially the cattle. Well, the buffaloes, we know that it's domestically bred, but actually we rarely, like in the cities, we rarely eat the buffalo's meat. We tend to eat the cow's meat. Are the cows native of Egypt, or we import them from abroad? And if they are imported, are there special specifications for the imported cows?
We imported pregnant cow, but I prefer to improve our local breed of cow. Yani we prefer to improve our local breed by give food and hygienic condition and vaccination and treatment in the veterinary care. This is very important. We would like to stop import animal from abroad and start to grow our wealth of animal here in Egyptian condition. We hope. Okay. It's very important since 2 months we use the technique of molecular biology, PCR, for diagnosis any adulteration in meat. We can differentiate the meat from cattle or buffalo or fish or equine or canine, anything, by molecular biology PCR. We can use only 0.10 milligram of the meat, and we can detect what kind of meat is this. This is very important result, since we use this in our lab of molecular biology technique using PCR, by multiplex PCR. Okay.
Yeah, now for the animal pathology department at the National Research Center, that would include the goats and the cows and the various types of animals. You mentioned fish. Would fish also fall under the research of your department? Yes, so would you talk to us a bit about that department, please?
Yes, yes, we have a very big lab of the fish production here, and supervision of many farmers. And fish is very important. We hope to improve our fish production. Like in Saudi Arabia, I visit many farms in Saudi Arabia. They go very, very well-developed farms for get fish using Red Sea and using in the desert, and import this fish outside. We hope to improve the fish production in our land here in Egypt. We have the Nile River and many lakes, also the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. We would like to improve our fish production to satisfy the increase of requirement in human.
Dr. Yusuf Fawzi, Professor of Animal Pathology, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you, and welcome.
Now it's time for the culture review. It's time to enjoy together the opera L'Elixir d'Amour. Giovanni Donizetti's L'Elixir d'Amour, The Elixir of Love, is a comic opera in 2 acts. It tells the story of Nimerino, the poor villager who pines for Adina. Adina doesn't respond to his love, so he seeks the help of a hustler who claims that he has an elixir for love. L'Elixir d'Amour, or The Elixir of Love, has remained popular for almost 2 centuries because of a touching tale and a galaxy of comic characters updated from the traditional commedia dell'arte. Above all, Donizetti poured into the score all the warmth and the tenderness of the Italian temperament. His melodic intention never ceases to charm, whether in the jolly rustic choruses, the accelerating pattern numbers, or the sweet sadness of the beautiful arias, of which Una furtiva lagrima, the great tenor showpiece.
الكوري هو قائد الجيش في العرض، بيروح في قرية وبيشوف البنت اللي موجودة هناك في
I
القرية.
have acted the role of Belkori in L'Isir d'Amour several times. Belkori is the commander-in-chief of the army who falls in love with a peasant in the village in which he is assigned to serve at. As for my performance, this year my approach to the character is different. I believe that one's physical condition affects his singing. Also, the voice of the soloist may vary in its depth over the years. Belkori, being a commander-in-chief in the army, has a unique character. This year, the director had a different interpretation of Belkori, which was expressed in the character's gestures and movements on stage.
مخرج العرض بنشوف رؤيته ايه للدور، وشايف بالكور ازاي، وبنقعد نتكلم عشان نوصل لاحسن حاجه طبعا تعجب الجمهور، ويا رب نكون عند حسن ظنهم.
L'Isir d'Amour was the most often performed opera in Italy between 1838 and 1848. It has remained continually in the international opera repertory. Today, it is one of the most frequently performed of all Donizetti's operas. It appears as number 13 on the opera base list of the most performed operas worldwide.
I am going to sing Dulcamara. It is a funny role. I am joking with the people. I am selling for them wine as if it is the elixir of love and for to cure all the disease and things like that. And they make them very strong. And because they are in the village, they believe what I am saying because I sell it for them with very cheap price. And Nemorino, he is the role in the we are all main roles, by the way, in this opera by Donizetti, L'Isir d'Amour. Nemorino, he is the tenor, and he believed that if he buy from this L'Isir, Adina will love him, because when he went to tell her about his love, she told him, go to see your uncle, he is very ill, and don't speak about love and things like that. He come to me after I am coming to sell this L'Isir for the people in the village, and he tried to buy for him some, and he believed when he drank that the people will, the girl or run behind him because his uncle died and he won a lot of money. Miras يعني ما أعرف, I don't know. Yeah. Then when the girls ran behind him, he thought that because the L'Isir, and he believed that Adina will love him. But Adina, when she know that for him to buy this L'Isir, he went to the military. She loved him, and she said for Belkori that she was going to marry him to punish Nemorino in the first act. She told him, no, I love Nemorino and I want to marry him. And the Nemorino loved her, and it is funny opera and very happy end.
L'Isir d'Amour, the elixir of love, is a production characterized by its emotional intensity that attracts the audience worldwide.